Now then, with the Epstein files legislation now actually on President Trump's desk, American politicians are saying their country needs the same kind of reckoning that Britain has gone through with the resignation of Peter Mandelson as British ambassador and the stripping of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor of his titles. But perhaps the British reckoning isn't over yet. Let's hear now from Congressman Suhas Subramanyam of Virginia, who's on the Congress committee reviewing the Epstein files. Congressman, thank you very much indeed for joining me. What do you think has to happen with Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor?
Well, first, I want to see the President of the United States either sign this bill or release the files the Justice Department have. The reality is I don't have enough evidence or information about not just Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, but everyone involved with Jeffrey Epstein. I have what basically the public has right now, and we're still going through the Epstein estate. But I'll say that every time we seem to get a set of documents, Andrew's name seems to appear over and over again. It's clear that he had a close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. It's clear that he was involved in some way, and now we have a victim and perhaps others who have come forward and talked about him. So I just want to see the truth. And if Andrew has information, we want that as well, because the deadline for him to respond to my letter to him to come testify or talk to us is tomorrow.
It's pretty clear that he's not going to get on a plane immediately and fly to the States. Could he give evidence to you without actually physically being in the United States?
He could, yes, absolutely. I mean, we're flexible. We would be happy to work with him on different conditions under which he would talk to us. The one thing that I would want is for him to be testifying or talking to us under oath or some form of penalty of perjury, because he has been untruthful before. And so I don't want him to tell us things that are not true, because that's not helpful to the investigation. But what I do want to know is everything that he knows about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, how they were able to conduct this criminal enterprise, essentially, and what his involvement was.
Would it help to subpoena him?
We can't subpoena him because he's a foreign national, so we don't have the ability to compel him. The only way is if there was an actual criminal charge by law enforcement here in the United States, and then we would need to extradite him in that situation.
I was talking a couple of days ago to the author of a book about Jeffrey Epstein, who said that he thought there were a lot of very, very prominent names, as it were, buried in these files that could still come out. Is that your impression as well?
That's very much my impression. I mean, the victims have done so much already. Many of the victims know some of the names, but they don't want to be the target themselves. They don't want to be the ones that are under threat like they have been for so many years now. But what they want to do is help us find the names, help us find the evidence that will implicate them. So it's not just people throwing out names without any evidence. And so that's why it's important to get these documents. I'll say this: if Andrew doesn't talk to us, and if Trump continues to hide the Justice Department files, we still have the bank records that we've subpoenaed. From the latest is JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank. And so we're hoping to get those in the next 30 days. And the victim said that those bank records tell a compelling story about the criminal enterprise that Jeffrey Epstein ran. And then the second thing is the Epstein estate has more documents to share, more emails, more things that we saw this past week. And so we're going to continue to do that in a way that also protects the victims.
And it's quite possible that Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor is thinking about this, watching this, and is genuinely agonized about what to do next, genuinely thinking about it. What would your message be to him?
I would say come forward. I mean, we'll work with you on the conditions, but just come forward. Think about the victims and what they've been through as well, and what they want out of this. They want people to suffer the consequences of having committed these terrible crimes. And so if he comes forward and at least helps us with our investigation, that could be one way of clearing his name.
Well, Congressman, very good to talk to you. Thank you very much for that. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor does still deny all of the allegations made against him, I should say.